Thanks. So, yeah, the theme of my talk is what are they thinking about, if anything? And first of all, I just wanted to quickly introduce Read Write Web in case you're not familiar with it. It's a tech blog, and we're focused on web products and trends. I started it back in 2003, and right at the time I started it, it was always, from day one, focused on global technology and seeing what's next on the web. And to this day, that is still Read Write Web's mission. And just a little bit about the company is we're about 16, 17 full-time people. Everybody except for myself was actually based in America, and it earns American revenue. So it's basically an American company, except that I run it from New Zealand. So with that in mind, what are they thinking about us in America? To be quite honest with you, I don't think they think very much at all of New Zealand and of New Zealand technology. And there's a really good example from about 5 years ago when New Zealand's most successful technology company, TradeMe, was sold for about New Zealand $700 million. And at that time, that was equated to about US 500 million, about $500 million. It wouldn't be anywhere near that with the exchange rate at the moment. But yeah, at the time, that it was a hugely successful company. Had great revenue and dominated the New Zealand technology scene. And I personally thought it was a great story because they were quite an innovative company as well, I thought. So TradeMe sold for about 15 times what Flickr sold to Yahoo for about a year previously. But when I wrote about TradeMe and when I wrote about some of the things that interested me about that sale, it got virtually zero interest from Read Write Web's audience. And it's not because of anything to do with TradeMe, because it's an awesome, fantastic company. But it just wasn't relevant to that audience. And I kind of see parallels in that in terms of, like, if you're thinking about starting a global technology company, and especially talking about what Peter sort of touched on before, is building new things for a global audience, then you really have to be thinking about what's relevant to that audience. And as a writer for Read Write Web as well, I've also noticed that the most interesting technology that comes out of New Zealand is always the one that has a global focus. And I think the most recent example for me has been Xero, which I think is a wonderful opportunity to really take their online accounting system to a global market because it's new. They're doing things that nobody else has done before. And they've got a fantastic team behind it. So the conclusion really is if you're going to go global, you need to think beyond the New Zealand market, and that's not to say there are some wonderful businesses still to do in New Zealand. There certainly are, but there are way more opportunities globally right now. And Peter talked to some of those opportunities. And that he's investing in with his venture firm. So, and I think New Zealand's got a lot of talent. We're very sort of innovative people, and my company's quite a small company really, but I started it back in 2003, focusing on a global audience, and it's kept that focus up to this day. So, so that would be my sort of takeaway for you is if you're going to start up a new company, then think global and think about how to make your product relevant to the US audience in particular, because America is still where web innovation happens and where technology innovation sort of ramps up. So it's a hugely important market for New Zealand, I think, and I'd encourage you all to think global. Thank you.